time for Cigar Talk, the fastest growing cigar show in the nation. Whether you're a new cigar enthusiast or a cigar aficionado, we have something for everyone. Bringing you the best interviews, cigar reviews. So grab yourself a cigar.
It's time to light 'em up.
Welcome back to Cigar Talk. I'm your host, Rob Jones. We got Hatch sitting in the co-pilot seat. How's it going, Hatch?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. It's my weekend, and I've had a good week. It was busy as whoop. See that I bleeped myself out there.
Yes, you did.
But anyway, it's busy, but it was productive, and it was a good week. So anyway, now I'm hanging out with you guys. We've got a full house here in the studio. We have some special guests that are actually going to come on the show. But some of the things we're going to cover while we're doing this week's show is we're going to talk about a cigar that is all made in America. And it is by a young entrepreneur. I don't remember his name. I'm hoping you can read it on the band because I've had that cigar for like a year. So at least, and the reason I haven't never smoked it is because originally I put it in the humidor. So I didn't know anything about it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to put 3 to 6 months on it. You know, give it some rest.
And then you forgot about it.
And I forgot about it in the humidor. And then when I saw it, I knew it was a little bit over humidified because I had it in the one that I don't use anymore. But anyway, I was like, Casey will try it. She's like Mikey on that cereal.
And I did try it, yes.
And so give us your feedback. I mean, could you find the name on it?
So it's very hard to read, but it says The Old Home Place. And it's got a picture of like a little cabin on it in the woods.
Yeah, it looks like a little house on the prairie.
Yeah, it does.
And so how was it? I mean,
it's definitely over humidified.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah. Flavor was, to me, I would say it's very mild. You know, nothing to really write home about. But I will say this. I think if it wasn't over humidified, I might have enjoyed it more.
And I'm no scientist, folks.
Right.
But I think that, like, if it's over humidified, it's not burning as clean as it should, which I would think would affect, like, the intended flavor profile.
I would think so. Yeah.
But I don't know if that's true. Maybe I'm just making up
I would definitely try it again at a normal humidity level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Maybe I'll reach out and say, hey, we want to smoke them on the show.
Send us some more.
Next week on the show, $100 cigar.
Yes, we are.
And so I called down to the Leaf, and they don't have any $100 cigars. And then I got on the internet, and it's hard to find a fucking, excuse my language, people. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to stop the F-bombs, like, flowing from my mouth like a fire hose. You know what I mean? Just nobody wants to hear. See what happens? I try to quit. Anyway, guys, I'm interested in trying that too.
Yeah.
Like,
I want to do it again. Yeah.
So I'll work on that, and then the $100 cigar. Do you know of a $100 cigar? I only know of one.
No.
That is right at $100, and I don't know if you can get them. The Zaka unicorns. They used to be $100. Are they still $100? Does anybody know?
I have no idea.
All right. Well, if anybody might have one, it would be over at the Train Car in Big Spring.
Okay.
He's real big Saka and real big Romacraft. Oh, Michael Rosales from Romacraft's going to come on the show in the very near future.
Heck yeah.
Love that dude. Anyway, tell us what you're smoking now.
I am smoking a Diesel Wicked, and you gave me one of these a while back.
Right.
And you said that I was not that impressed.
Well, no.
What did I say exactly? I can't remember.
Okay.
I don't know.
This is exactly. I told you verbatim.
What did
I said,
say?
hey, what do you think about that cigar? And you go, eh.
Yeah.
I take that as this sucks. I mean, really, eh.
I don't remember that, but I will say I am enjoying it more today.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah.
Cool. And that's a medium, maybe barely a little bit plus.
Definitely, yeah.
And then I'm smoking the McAuliffe Black. Like I've been on these like white on rice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, is that okay? That's talking about white people. I'm good with that. Our executive producer, Larry, said no. So we'll watch our tone.
Why don't you tell everyone what your newest accessory is that you got this week, that you've been wearing?
Oh, a bandana.
He's turned into a bandana boy.
No. You know what? It was recommended to me to get a bandana. I don't remember by who.
Couple of nights of listening to Willie and you got a bandana.
Oh, that's what it was.
happened.
Yeah, guys. We were all here at the studio jamming out to videos over the stereo of Willie Nelson.
And then Rob's like, I'm going to get me a bandana. And then what happened? Tell him about your wife.
I ordered it right there on my phone.
Yes, he did.
Amazon. You know what I mean? Bam, done. And then my wife deletes my order. I thought she would call and be like, hey, what the hell are you getting a bandana for? But no, she didn't even call. I didn't know she canceled the order.
It's like, no.
So the next day I ordered another one.
Going through your Willie phase. This is what we're going to call you.
Willie?
It's the Willie phase.
This Macallan Black, I'm digging it.
I like them.
And $8. That's a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Have you smoked them before today? Okay, cool. Well, we're going to talk to you about that. We got a couple of special guests that's going to join us. Plus, we have you know what? We might not even put his show on this week. We'll just have these as our guests.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
J-Rig, you got bumped. You got bumped, bro. I guess you ain't bad to the bone. That's the music I have on his segue. So let's jump into the, what did we say we're going to talk about? ED?
No, we're not talking about the ED. What am I going to contribute to that conversation?
I thought you were Googling shit. Sorry, wrong topic. What was one of the other
About the solar eclipse.
Oh, yeah, that's what we were going to talk about.
Did you have ED thoughts that you want to just really dive into?
No, I'm going to tell that story in a bit because we have a larger gathering than what we normally do the show, and it's fun. And I decided that we're going to have like a little cookout because, you know, you get people together, they want to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So me and Tim went to the grocery store. We walk in, and Tim's like going for a basket, and I'm like, oh, we don't need one. And I got in that little cart that you drive. You know what I mean? It's got a cart built right on the front.
So you stole from the elderly.
There was two.
Oh, what about the handicap?
I am handicapped.
Oh, okay.
Larry, tell me I'm not.
Yeah.
See? I qualify. Anyway, so I'm driving this cart around, and I've never done that. Have you?
No, I haven't done that. Why would anybody purposely
Have you
choose
wanted
that?
to?
No.
Never.
They're too
Never.
slow.
I know they're slow, but
I
just
want to
one
get in
time.
and out of the grocery store. It's not Disney World.
It was today. And so, anyway, I'm cruising through the grocery store, and you're right. It is disappointingly slow. Like, I almost didn't do it, and I was like, I'm not in a hurry, you know. So we're cruising around, but I'll tell you that it stops on a dime. She's shaking her head like she rode one. Oh, you hurt your leg. So you've been in one. Yes. They are slow. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I was disappointed. I was like, this could be fun. If it had gears, you know what I mean? We're cruising down the aisles and, you know, people always, okay. And I'm guilty of this too. I've looked at people and like, just because you're fat, you shouldn't be in the cart, you know? But I'm judging people and that's not nice. So I try not to judge people because lots of people probably judge me. Anyway.
Yeah, they were like, look at this bandana jackass in a rolling cart at the grocery store.
Well, this one old man, I mean, like, for some reason, every time I would go down the aisle and turn around, we would just, it was like, and on like the fourth time, I was like, man, we're on the same rotation. And he was like, why are you in that buggy? I said, I got ED.
You got shamed.
Yeah. And I said, I got ED. And I said, I bet you do too. You can get a cart if you want. And then he hit me with his cane. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's how the whole ED thing came up.
Okay.
I didn't want people to just think I was randomly saying
that rumor
ED
has
for
been
no
started
reason.
already.
Right. So what else we got going on this week?
I don't know. What do we have going on?
I'm going to be here all week. In fact, I'm going to be here for the next 2.5 weeks. And so I'll be here.
I'm headed to Charleston.
What are you doing over there?
I'm going to go vacation.
This isn't like that concert where you're going to fly in and then fly back.
No.
You changed your mind on that?
Which concert was that?
You said y'all are flying in. Oh, Disneyland.
Disney.
She's going to Disneyland, folks. She's flying in and riding a ride twice and then flying home.
Hell yeah, I am. That's a true story.
That is a true story. And I'm like, that doesn't sound fun to me.
I was at Disney World last year, and my friend said, hey, I'm going to be there. You ought to come ride this ride. I'm like, okay, let's do it.
And that's cool. But
You know how much this entire trip is costing me? Nothing. Everything was on points.
now, let me tell you something. There is no such thing as free trips. You're going to pay for something. That's just
I'll pay for the $30 sandwich I'll eat there, but
Are you going to drink?
probably.
Well, they're
It's
not.
Hey, you would
They
like
don't have
this.
Mickey Mouse down there just handing out
It's
free
gonna be
bourbon.
It's going to be their food and wine festival. They got all the fancy food out.
So get a room, have fun, enjoy it.
Eh,
That's
but
what
the
I'm saying.
Fun is like the flying in. Nobody else has done that. Flown to Disney for one ride and flown home.
That's for a reason.
Exactly.
It's a long trip. I'm going to have fun. You're trying to ruin it.
No.
The next day, you're going to be like, fudge.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, I
said
am.
fudge.
Fudge.
Yeah. So, yeah, that doesn't sound fun to me. So, what are you going to Charleston for?
Supposed to have done this trip a year ago.
Is this in the Appalachians?
No, it's on the
Okay.
coast.
Okay, just checking. I'm not real good with geography either, folks.
No, you'll be able to see the Atlantic. Yeah, that'll be
Larry, I need a lighter, please. We have two special guests that's going to be here in the studio. Well, they are here in the studio, and they're smoking, and they're drinking. So they're good people as far as I'm concerned. And so, anyway, we've known, did he tell you I call him Emu? We got Emu here, and I got you a special something too. No, yeah, I do. No bullshit. So anyway, we're going to have him on the show, and then we're going to have a mystery guest. And when we're done with the show, I'm not going to tell you who it was, and you try to figure it out.
That's good.
Oh, and after the break, you have a trivia question, and it's a long explanation of how this is going to work. But one of our sponsors, Tabanero, is giving away $50 a week until Christmas.
Are you serious?
Once a week, Tabanero is giving away $50.
Nice.
So if you win, you'll get a code or whatever, and you can go to their website and $50.
Sweet. That's a good deal.
I mean, that's an amazing
I
deal.
know.
And if you haven't had Tabanero, you're in for a treat. I'm just telling you right now. Anyway, our other sponsor is Case Elegance, and you know what? I was showing it off to the people here because it's a beautiful humidor.
Yes, it is.
I mean, like, they have several that I like, and I've had several different ones, but this one, I don't think they can top. I think this is the Mac Daddy of all humidors, unless you live in Saudi Arabia.
Tell them which one it is.
Oh, that's the military blackout.
Yeah, it's
It's
awesome.
the Black Ops.
That's the one I've actually thought about upgrading to.
That's badass. If you haven't checked out Case Elegance and you want a quality humidor,
Yes.
I promise you right now, that's I don't know of another humidor
They
company.
really are good. I have two of them.
Like, okay, let me ask you this. Where would you go find a quality humidor?
Honestly, I would probably ask you. You would be the one to know who to go check out. And the ones I got, you're like, hey, these are the best. They're from Case Elegance.
I was hoping for a different story. I'm just doing what you said, Rob.
I am.
All right.
Because you've been around, you've seen so many.
I have, but here's my thing. I don't even know where you would go find a quality humidor.
I don't either.
Honestly.
No.
You can go on Amazon and buy a piece of shit. I took a Case Elegance humidor and a Amazon, same price, very similar in the same design, and I took my skill saw and I cut them both in half. I didn't even tell them I was going to do this. And wow, the Case Elegance actually had real wood, and the one off of Amazon had zero wood.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was like thin cedar. No, it was thin planks that had been like a film of cedar that looked like cedar. Yeah, it was MFD.
Okay, so don't get that one.
No, I'm just saying. I don't even know where you would go buy a good one.
I don't either.
Unless you're going to go spend, at a craftsmanship place where you're going to get a custom humidor for like 10 grand.
Mm-hmm.
Like that shit exists.
No.
So check out the show notes and you'll find links to our sponsors. We also have McAuliffe. So McAuliffe, we're going to be doing some fun stuff with them. Last week we had Lauren on the show. She's a riot.
Lauren is awesome. She puts me to shame.
I think that y'all are like a lot alike. I mean, really, it's kind of weird.
Okay.
Well, you're very
Lauren
close
and
in
I
age.
should take over the show one week.
I
That's what we
100%,
should do.
100%. I will watch and I will not say a word.
That's a lie.
Excuse me. I would try hard not to say too much. Anyway, let's take a quick break and let's get the emu in the seat and let's see what he's doing out here in Texas on vacation, swinging through Abilene. Sweet. So, hey guys, don't go anywhere. And we got emu coming up next. Hey guys, thanks for hanging through the break. And we have the one and only emu, Emmanuel from Las Cruces, New Mexico.
How's it going, guys?
So, hey, thanks for coming by, dude. I was excited to see, and I'm sorry that my availability last night shrinked.
Have a good time at the
I've
Leaf,
said
always.
the same thing to my wife. But anyway, yeah, man, sorry I didn't get to hang out with you last night, but I was super excited. And check this out, guys. So I'm like, we got an extra large amount of people at the studio, and I was like, we should cook. Oh. And so he texted me and was like, hey, you need anything? And I was like, yeah, a chef. And he was like, what do you mean? You need me to cook? And I was like, I don't need you to, but that would be so awesome. And he cooked for everybody. So thank you, dude.
Always happy to oblige.
And you cook a lot of good stuff at home, I see.
Yeah, I do.
You do the Blackstone?
Yeah, Blackstone, grilling.
You do it all.
Yeah, I do it all.
All right.
Even in the kitchen.
Nice. So you're on vacation out of Las Cruces.
Yes, sir.
How was the drive? Do y'all stay anywhere in New Mexico the first night, or do y'all go straight across?
No, we road warriored all the way through to Kerrville.
Oh, okay. And so if anybody doesn't know, Kerrville is down like in the hill country.
Yeah, outside
Fredericksburg and that area.
Yes, sir.
And so what's the amount of time to get from Las Cruces to there?
I think it was 8 hours. Right?
Oh, well, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's not Road Warrior. Dude, I just drove to Portland, Oregon.
It was, getting off work and then just taking a shower.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. Okay, yeah, okay. I'm going to give you a little credit because you already had a 10-hour day ahead. Yeah, dude, I drove to Portland in 36 hours.
Yeah, it's on the trip.
Oh, yeah. It was awesome, dude. I loved it.
Yeah, great scenic views, I imagine.
Oh, makes me hate Texas. Makes me wonder why you and your lovely is thinking about moving here.
Oh, we love Texas.
Do you really?
Yeah, we do.
That's because you're in Las Cruces.
Yeah.
Have you been outside of Texas? There's it just keeps getting better, bro.
I've been in a lot of states, and so far Texas is the one that we seem to enjoy.
What do you love about Texas? I'm just curious.
Well, for one, the freedom that's more here in Texas than it is in New Mexico.
Is it that noticeable?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, like, you have people parked outside your house to make sure you're not messing around?
Yeah, we actually experienced some of that outside of Dallas, right?
No way.
Yeah, we went to this public park, and there was a street parking, and this lady came out of her house asking if she could help us, and yeah, it was interesting, but I was like, I thought this was public parking. What? She said it was, they prefer if we park on the side of the street, not in front of their houses. So.
Well, you know what I would say? I'd be like, okay, ma'am, I'm sorry. I thought this was the special reserve parking for people with ED. And then I bet she would have been like, huh? Yeah. What'd you say?
Yeah. No, that was interesting, but, we just going along with the flow. We were trying to get some fishing in because there was a park near the lake there. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, dude, like I used to think, I grew up like country boy shit.
Yeah, same here.
Like fishing out in the country. Mm-hmm. Rivers, tanks, all that shit. And when I lived in the Dallas area, I fished in some of those man-made ponds.
Yeah. And
I'm going to tell you right now, dude, the biggest fish I ever hooked got away.
Oh, yeah.
I freaked the hell out. You see that? hell. And I just bought a brand new Shimano Corrado rod and reel.
Yeah.
And within like 15 minutes, I hooked something that is like Nessie.
Oh, yeah. No, we saw, actually, we didn't get any bites because it was super windy that day. The only day we had to go fishing, so.
Like, nobody fishes in those places, or not a lot of people do, and there's fish in there that are old.
Oh, yeah. No, we saw, like, dead ones, and this is probably one of the biggest fish I've ever seen.
I can tell you this. I never actually saw the fish, but where I was standing, it had a little tunnel that went underneath the road, and the 80% of my rod was bent underneath going under, and I'm just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like I'd never, and I've caught some big fish.
Oh.
I don't know what that was, but that was way bigger. And then I remembered people always say the big one got away. And that's why, because they're so damn big that they're like, I ain't doing this.
Yep.
I'll break that new rod and reel of yours.
Yep.
So anyway, that sucked because biggest fish I ever caught was probably 5.2 pounds bass.
Yeah, I think.
And I mean, for a bass, that's good size.
No, yeah, that's a great size.
Yeah, but
Well,
you know what?
there's
That was fishing in tanks out in the country.
Oh, wow.
And when you go fish out in the country like that, I'm not bullshitting you. In 30 minutes, you'll catch 20 fish.
Oh, wow.
Because no one ever fishes out there, and so they're not smart. Like, basically, you're fishing on the short yellow bus.
Fish are hungry.
Yeah, exactly. Hungry and not that bright. On your trip, you drove from Las Cruces to Kerrville. How was that? How was Kerrville?
Kerrville, we're not too big of fans of Kerrville. Like, the greatest thing there was the Airbnb we stayed at. It was actually pretty nice, yeah.
Was it, like, secluded in the neighborhood?
No, it was secluded up in the hills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
owners of it lived right next door in nice little house. I want to say it was probably bigger than our house.
Dude, so me, Tim, and my cousin Mark, and another guy named Jeff took and stayed in an Airbnb just south of Abilene here.
Mm.
Now, did you see the mesas? You know, it's like a mountain, folks, but it's not a mountain. It's just a mesa.
Well, we drove through 180 coming in.
Well, you know what a mesa is?
Yeah.
They have this Airbnb that's like halfway up the mesa. And anyway, dude, it was amazing. I mean, it was like they had a back patio with a cooker. They had tables. They had beanbag toss, cornhole, whatever. And then they had some of this hook that we would like try to hook on the wall. You know, it was badass. And we just smoked cigars and played poker and drank bourbon. It was a great time. And the view was nice. The weather was nice. Yeah, I dig that.
Yeah.
I want to be somewhere away from people.
That's what we enjoyed too.
Yeah, that's nice. And how big is Las Cruces?
I want to say population maybe 125 with college in session, maybe
Okay.
like 95 without the college kids there.
You know, I was in Las Cruces once whenever I was young.
Yeah.
I was with a traveling photography company. It was back when, I don't know if you guys remember because you're young, but you remember everybody did that whole glamour shot thing?
Glamour shots, yeah.
I was one of those photographers and we were traveling and it was me, Tim, and these other two chicks. And we traveled around this shit. Oh, Tim wasn't with us then yet. This was before Tim. Okay, well, not this time. He's like, I was there. No, you weren't. You don't know where I'm going with this story. Anyway, we went to this bar one night after work, and I'm playing darts. It's like a dive bar, which I love dive bars, by the way. Anyway, at the end of the night, the people I'm with are like, hey, man, the bar owner's here, and it's that dude over there. He's like all tattooed up, you know, and they're like, he invited us over to his place to keep on drinking. And I was like, yeah, y'all have fun with that. I'm going back to the hotel.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
I was like, that's not an activity that I see going well. And so I'm always a little, you know, if you're in a bar, I don't trust you.
Yeah.
That's just, you know what? Maybe I'll get to trust you, but right now I don't know you.
Yeah.
And so anyway, they came back to the hotel like 45 minutes later, was like, that dude was crazy. He pulled out a revolver and just like took all the shells out except for one and then spun it and put it to his head and said, we were going next.
Oh, that sounds about right for Las Cruces.
And I was like, that's why you don't go hang out with people you don't know.
Exactly right.
Especially in Las Cruces.
Right.
I mean, the only place like more dangerous is El Paso, and that's south of the border.
Yeah.
Now, how often do you go into Mexico?
Actually, I haven't been in since I was maybe like 8 years old. So.
No shit. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm kind of scared.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I mean, I've been over there a few times. And it was scary every time. Me and Tim went with another dude that was younger than us.
Yeah.
And it was while we were working. And anyway, we went down there. Well, we were going to park and walk across, and we were in the wrong lane. And Tim ended up driving across into Mexico.
Yeah.
And like, we're there for 3 minutes, and there's people diving out in front of the car trying to get hit. It's like swerving. You ever seen Frogger?
Yeah.
Well, this is for cars. You're trying not to hit those kids, because if you do hit them, your insurance is going up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, we ended up driving. We went to some little market. And of course, there's a bar there. We sit, we drink, and then we leave. And when we leave, we get on this square. The downtown has a square. And you get on it. It's one way all the way around. You can't get off of it. And we just keep going around and around. And finally, we stop at the red light, and Tim's like, frustrated. I'm like, dude, you can turn left on one way to one way on red. Go. And he goes, and like 15 federales on foot start blowing whistles. It was just like, they chased us down. They got us.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And they told Tim, hey, we're going to have to impound your car tonight. You can come back and get it tomorrow. You're going to see the judge, pay a fine. And I'm like, give him money.
Yeah, no, that's all they were after.
Give him money.
Sadly.
And I was like, hey, man, if we pay you the money, can you give it to the judge for us? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, $50 due? Yep. They let us go. Yeah. And it was like, holy crap. I don't know what I'm more scared of. The mafia over there, or cartel, I guess you'd call them. In the northern part of America, we just call it mafia, but yeah, down there it's cartel.
Yes, sir.
And I'm like, yeah, they scare me, but going to prison in Mexico really scares me.
Oh yeah, that's something you do not want to do.
Yeah, I'd just soon be shot and killed by the mafia down there than to be going to prison.
Yeah, there's a good chance of that happening.
Yeah, I've heard bad things about that shit. But anyway, so who did you go down there with when you were 8?
My mom and one of her friends. Yeah.
And what were y'all doing down there?
Just doing the mercados, what they call a little shopping, you know.
Like the mercantile.
Yeah.
But you said it Spanishly.
Yeah, you know.
What do you call it? Spanglish.
Spanglish.
There you go. I think they made a movie like that.
Yeah, they did.
Anyway, so Kerrville, you like the Airbnb. Where do y'all go next?
So from Kerrville, we went to Fredericksburg for the Oktoberfest.
How was that?
It was interesting, but it wasn't all that it was built up to be.
Is it super commercial?
I want to say yes and no, because one, I hate large crowds, so.
Yeah, I don't either. But you know what I mean by commercialized? Like everything out there is like just, how do we get your money?
Yeah, no, that's all it was.
Okay, see, I mean, you're like going to the county fair.
Yeah, that's essentially what it was.
And I don't dig that shit. I just want to go hang out with people and have fun and not constantly being slapped in the face by, hey, can I get a buck?
Yeah, no, I mean, everything was like you had to pay for water, like pretty much everything, so.
You didn't take your own water?
No, they weren't allowed.
Oh, see there, that's even worse. You can't take your own water.
Yeah.
To a festival.
Yeah.
You know what? The good old days are gone, bro. In 1987, I went and saw a Monster Jam concert in the Cotton Bowl, and we could take coolers in.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I mean, we did. That was crazy. You know what's funny? I just found out last week, me and my wife were talking about concerts that we'd been to. We were both at that same concert at the Cotton Bowl before we ever met.
Oh,
Like 6 years before we met.
Life's full of little odd synchronicities like that.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm glad you waited to meet me because you wouldn't have wanted to marry me back then.
There was a lot of issues like that. Or not issues, but there was a lot of events like that between me and my wife. She lived in the same apartment complexes that I did when I was younger.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So y'all knew each other a long time.
No. No
way.
Little odd things like when I was being born in Austin, she was living in Austin and...
She's older.
Yeah, she's older.
How much older? Is that allowed?
3 years.
Okay, 3 years. Well, that's not much. So my whole thing is, you say, I was wondering how old she was because I'm like, is she 70? Well, you're like, she was living in Austin when I was born. She wasn't living. She was a kid.
Well, I wasn't too sure if she'd be too happy if I gave her age out. You know?
She don't care. My wife's older too. 3 weeks.
Oh, nice.
Works out real well for my retirement.
Yeah.
So where else are y'all going? Y'all went to, where'd you go after Fredericksburg?
So Fredericksburg, we went into Dallas, I believe.
No, you went
I'm
to
sorry.
Waco.
We went to Waco. I'm sorry.
I know your trip better than
Yeah,
you.
you do. A lot of it, I just ride passenger. You know, I like to be a passenger princess when I come to
Oh,
Texas.
dude, you know what? I have such a hard time doing that, but whenever I do relent, it is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's really nice.
To just not have to be the one always deciding.
Well, I mean, I drive a truck for a living, so she's always taking the helm.
Tell everybody what is in your truck.
I drive for a liquor distributor, so I get to carry all the good booze around.
All the good booze. Like, he sent me pictures of, like, Pappy.
Yep.
I'm like, dude, do you know ahead of time when you're going to have Pappy?
No, it usually comes out later in the year, around Christmas time, November, December. So
Is your
every year.
truck armored?
No, it's not.
I'm thinking maybe we need to go to Las Cruces. You ever seen that movie, The Town?
Yes, yeah.
Well,
one of my
could go
favorite
the
movies.
same way for Pappy. Fudge. Did you hear that? Fudge.
Pappy Gate 2
Did you watch that?
on Netflix. Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw
that was a
Pappy
good
Gate.
one, man.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, it was, you know what was crazy? It was just how brazen and dumb that guy was.
Yeah.
It's like he knows they're onto him and he's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm that good.
Most criminals.
And he's like, turns out you aren't that good. Yeah, I could never be a criminal. I'm not smart enough. I mean, if you're going to be a good criminal, you got to be good at it.
Yeah, I always tell people I studied criminal justice for that reason.
Makes sense. I didn't know that's what you studied. What did you want to be when you were a kid?
So as a kid, I wanted to do a lot of things, but that's being kid logic, I guess.
You know what the funny thing is? I had no idea what I wanted to be.
Yeah.
I was like, I just don't want to be broke.
Right.
And I did okay on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm broke every now and then, but that's because I got 2 kids. Y'all got kids?
Yeah, we got 2 kids.
Aren't they awful?
They can be.
Yes. How old are yours?
17 and 16.
Oh, yeah. You're in the ruthless years. Do they like you?
Oh, yeah, they actually do.
Wow.
Yeah.
They like you? All right. Which ones do they like better? Who's okay? That's the popular person because he just caves in on everything. No?
Actually.
Oh, I dig that then. If you're favorite and you don't cave, then you've actually put work in.
Yeah, I'm actually a little stricter at parenting, I guess, but it
See,
works.
I'm not strict at all. I'm like, go out, do whatever you want, because that's what I did. And so, that's how I grew up.
Well,
How was your parents? Were they strict?
yeah, they always say you're pretty much parent as you were raised, so.
And I wasn't even raised. Like, my parents had no idea what they were doing.
Yeah.
And I have a brother that's 6.5 years younger than me and another brother that's 6.5 years younger than him. It was like I was the only child and my parents were still young and they were still like trying to figure it out. Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, I look back and I'm like, I'm lucky I lived.
I think that's how a lot of younger folks feel.
Yeah. But anyway, I made it. And then whenever I became a parent, I put it all off on my wife. I was like, you handle them, okay? That way, if it doesn't turn out good, I can complain. Not that I do. I don't complain much. So how was Waco? Y'all went to the Honeycomb.
Yeah, we went to the Honeycomb.
Who recommended that place to you?
Well, we were on a little Discord call with all
You know what? It was so funny that you were in Waco because I was like, dude, I just read about a lounge in Waco.
Yeah.
So how long have they been open?
I believe the review said six months.
Okay. I'd never heard of them. And I mean, I've been to cigar lounges in all of, like, if you were to be over in Dallas and drop down to Houston and then go up to Austin, skip over San Antonio, over to Big Spring, and then Lubbock, and then come back to Abilene, there's a good chance I've been to that cigar lounge.
Yeah.
But when I saw there was a lounge in Waco that I'd never heard of, I was like, how did I miss it? But it looked cool. You sent me pictures. It was nice.
Yeah, no, I put the pictures up. It was actually a great lounge. We spoke to the owner, and he was a younger guy. I won't say younger, but he's probably about my age, but he seemed younger to me. We spoke to him. He said that Amanda McAuliffe was there at a shop, and he knew her, and he spoke well.
Oh, nice.
And he was confused as to who you were because he said he spoke to somebody around midnight.
Well, that's possible.
And I was like, well, he does keep odd hours.
I do. Well, you don't remember where he talked to the guy.
No, he said he spoke to somebody on the phone, but he also asked if you were from El Paso, and I was like, no.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of freak some people out. So not intentionally.
You're an acquired taste.
Yeah, 100%. No, I always say, if you don't like the show, don't listen.
Right?
I'm having fun.
Yeah.
You having fun?
Yeah, no, this is great. I've enjoyed Cigar Talk since the very first episode that I've heard it.
I know you've been around a long time. That's why I'm so happy to have you on the show.
It's been a while. I mean, I've been up to Abilene a couple times and always never seem to be able to connect with you.
Well, we connected that one day when I met your wife.
Yeah.
Because we chit-chatted for a long time. Then I was like, dude's got a good wife.
Yeah.
I knew that day. I was like, he did good.
Well, it's funny because she always says that I surprised her when I proposed to her. Because I've always, in my mind, I've always had this, if somebody can put up with me for 2 years, then, hey, I should probably put a ring on that,
Well, I want to know how you proposed.
It was actually Christmas. We were celebrating Christmas at her parents'
That's dangerous, dude. That is so dangerous. You
not
can
even.
ruin everybody else's Christmas.
What are you talking about? That was perfect, man. I only had to get one gift, and,
Yeah, but if you screw it up, everybody suffers.
Oh, well, it kind of was because, like, her daughter was in front of her, and as I was going to propose, everybody was, like, trying to get her to move and throwing her out of the way, and yeah.
Did you go down on one knee?
Yeah, no, I did.
You little bitch, I did. I heard people did that, and I was like, no, you get down on your knees. No, I'm joking. That is not what I said. I got down on a knee.
What was funny is I had bought the engagement ring 6 months before, and the guy was trying to get me to propose to her at that time because I bought it in Albuquerque. And he's like, oh, yeah, take her up to the Sandia tram. It's a beautiful view, and, you can propose. And I was like,
So you went and bought a ring?
Yeah, no, I bought a ring. And,
See, I didn't even buy a ring.
No, yeah.
I was like, if she says yes, I'll go get a ring.
Yeah,
That's how I plan ahead.
No, I bought the ring and the whole band and everything at the same time. And, just held on to it. She was actually, at the time we were living in an apartment, so I didn't know where I was going to hide it.
Oh.
So I just left it in my car for 6
y'all were
months.
living in sin.
Yeah.
Oh. How long did y'all live in sin?
Pretty much since we started dating. Actually, we started dating, and I kind of moved in, like, right away. Yeah.
You're like, we've almost crossed paths many times, so we might as well just move in together.
Well, unbeknownst to us at that time, yeah. It was just, as we started talking more and more, it was like, hey, you live there? Yeah. Hey, I used to live.
How long ago was that? How long y'all been together?
Since 2015, I believe.
Okay. So, I mean, not that long.
No, not that long. But,
Oh, do you know how lucky you are, bro?
why is that?
No, because you got a good woman. You know how hard a good woman is to find?
No, I hear that nowadays because I have a bunch of coworkers and friends that are going through divorces, and I'm just like, man, it sucks. And a lot of them actually give me like, they're like, hey, if you're in danger, like, say something and blink your eyes because they think I brainwashed her or something. But she's actually
He's like, hey, over here.
working that brown magic,
Hey, whatever it takes. But, yeah, and you know what? Congratulations. Awesome for finding a great wife. And what I try to say to others is don't take her for granted.
No, I don't.
I mean, I make that mistake every now and then, and I do get reminded. But, from my kids.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, you got to do better, Dad.
What's funny is the kids actually tell her to, like,
Step it up.
no.
Okay.
For me, yeah.
Well, hey, man, is there anything you want to do? You want to give somebody a shout out? No, you don't want to give anybody a shout out. Like, I'm disappointed. Like, all the people that we know and hang out with in Herf. No, now you don't get a chance. If you try to give somebody a shout out, I'm going to bleep you out. Hey, man, Emu, it's great to see you. Thanks again. I hope this is not going to be the last time that we hang out.
No, not definitely.
All
I
right.
consider to leave my home shop, even though it's far away.
That's a commute, bro. It's my home shop, and it's 9 hours away.
We're willing to make it.
That's awesome, bro. Well, hey, man, we got a special guest coming up next. And then after that, we're going to do our trivia. So you'll have a chance to win $50 of Tabanero money. That's what it is. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And welcome back, guys. We have our next special guest, Vero Veronica, married to Emu Emmanuel from Las Cruces.
Yes, sir.
How's it going?
Good. Good
It's
night.
been a long time since I've seen you guys.
Yeah.
Like a year or longer.
Maybe a little longer.
Seems like 2 years. I mean, I don't know how often y'all take vacations out to Texas.
We come to Texas pretty often, honestly. That's usually our vacation spot. We love Texas.
And that's a surprise to me. I mean, at least you travel in the good time of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not coming out in July.
Yeah, we know what it's like out here.
Yeah. I mean, how hot is it out there in Las Cruces? Does it get hot like here?
Oh, yeah, it gets hot. The only difference is...
But y'all have that mountain air coming in the evening.
No,
No?
It's like an oven.
Oh, see, I went to Phoenix once and it was like that.
Yeah, we're not as bad as Phoenix, but it's pretty close.
No one is. Well, maybe Satan. But other than that, no, I was out there once and it was 121. When I got back to Texas, they're like, yeah, but it's a dry heat. And I was like, bullshit, it's hot. It's like,
hot.
and that was how I said, it felt like you get out of your car or come outside and you're in the oven.
You're in the oven.
Ugh, I already hate Texas from May 15th to September 15th.
Yeah. I mean, I say we could have a, winter home, summer home kind of thing.
Now, have y'all been to Ruidoso?
Yes.
Do you love it there?
Yeah, it's beautiful up there.
Oh, I love it. That's where I want to go.
Yeah, actually, we like to go up during the summer because
Right.
that's the mountain air.
And you have the altitude. And I mean, for there, if it's 85, it feels great.
It feels amazing.
Even if it's 95, it feels great because of the altitude and it's so dry.
Yeah.
And you have all that trees that just make you feel like you're like, oh, this is where man was made.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said earlier, I asked you about living in Las Cruces, if you're originally from there, and you said you've been there for 20 years.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Now, see, I don't buy that because I'm not going to tell everybody how old you are because I don't feel like that's my place. But 20 years ago, I know how old you were, and I'm like, you could have left if you wanted.
Yeah, I could have just...
Right, but you didn't. So
life.
it couldn't be that bad.
Life happens. So.
Like what kind of life was happening?
Well, I have kids, so...
Yep. Wait, unfortunately. No, I'm kidding.
I grew up in a military family, so I know what it was like to move around as a kid.
So did you want to plant roots? I mean, did you think about that because you had been drug all over the world?
Once upon a time, yeah, I was like, okay, this is where I'm going to live. I want my kids to be able to go to the same school and have the same friends throughout their life. Now I'm ready to move.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, you've been there 20 years.
Yeah.
You've learned all they have to offer,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you want to go see what somebody else has to offer.
Yeah.
What are you looking for in a place that you moved to?
We like a small town feel, honestly.
And on a scale of number of population, what's a small town like?
Probably not anything bigger than where we're currently at, which is about, 100 and...
Is Abilene too big?
No, Abilene would be all right.
Okay, Abilene's a little bigger, 141,000.
Yeah.
And I used to live in a town of 205.
Okay.
Is that too small?
That's probably a little too big.
Like you don't have good internet. If you live in a place that has 205 people, yeah, you don't have good internet. You barely have cell phone service.
Yeah, well, when we went through a few of the big cities, it was like, oh, look, my 5G is not 5G.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Dallas.
I don't believe in any of that bullshit anyway. When it says 5G, I'm like, well, the speed doesn't reflect amazing, okay?
Right, exactly.
So as far as I'm concerned, you're saying 5G, but it's shit.
I agree.
And, they say unlimited and all that bullshit. It's like, dude, you are throttling me down so much that I don't even want to use my phone.
Exactly.
And they do that on purpose because they're like, use Wi-Fi.
Right? They want you to use Wi-Fi
It's
everywhere.
like the Jedi, but Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's how they do that. But anyway, we didn't mean to get off on a tangent about 5G, but that's a tangent of mine. I'm not a fan of the whole bullshit.
I agree.
So you guys have been married 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
And y'all have kids.
Yes.
And so, like, what are they doing right now? Are you worried sick?
I have been, but so my daughter is in college right now, so she lives.
Where's she going to school?
In El Paso at
Oh, okay. Cool. And then, so where's your other kid?
He is at home.
And are you worried about what he might be doing?
I was a little worried, but he's actually really responsible.
How old is he?
He's 16.
He's either really responsible or he has got you two bamboozled. Like, you know what? Y'all show up at home and everything's good. Awesome. He was a great kid. But before y'all get home, if the prosecutor of whatever county y'all live in calls, now you're screwed.
No, he's seen what we've gone through with my daughter first.
Oh,
and
so
then-
she was a wild one.
Yes,
Okay. And who did she get that from?
me.
Oh, at least you own it.
Yeah, it's true.
That's me. I'm the wild one.
Yeah.
Like my wife's not the wild one. We balance each other out.
That's good.
Yeah. How long before y'all move, you think?
A couple years. Well, the plan is after our son graduates, which is in
Hopefully in 2 years.
Yeah, hopefully in 2 years.
Did you graduate?
What's that?
Did you graduate high school?
Yeah, I graduated high school.
Okay. I barely did.
Okay,
I went to summer school my senior year.
you still graduated.
And the principal I was good friends with because I had been in his office a lot. He let me substitute in summer school. He let me take PE instead of English.
Okay,
He was like, "We just want you the out of here."
here, take the easy class.
Yeah, he's like, "You don't have to take English, son. We don't want you back next year." That dude was also my vice principal of junior high.
Oh,
Like, I couldn't even tell you how many licks that dude gave me. And I'm talking like swats, not erotic.
okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, I got out and I've had a good life. I'm not complaining. Did you go to college?
I've done some college. I don't have a degree.
All right. Does he?
Yes, he has a degree.
Woo! Big man on campus got a degree. What's he got a degree in? Is he law?
He has a criminal justice degree.
Wow. Are you going to ever go back and do something more, or are you just good slinging booze?
He enjoys what he does now.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I would do. I mean, why would you want to go do that?
That's what he says.
Yeah. I mean, okay, cool. You got a degree. Congratulations. Great job. That's way better than me. I went to Texas Tech for almost a semester. And man, did I have fun.
Well, that's good that you had fun.
Oh, I had a blast. I was in a meeting. So how's the vacation?
It's good. It's been relaxing, honestly.
How long have you been off? How long have y'all been on the road? Like 8 days total?
We left last Friday, so
Wow, that is awesome.
yeah.
So right now is 8 days. You're not going to get home until 9.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. Have you ever been to Alamogordo?
Yeah, that's where I graduated high school from.
No way.
Yeah.
I love Alamogordo. It is so cool there. You're at the bottom of the mountain.
I do like that.
In like 40 minutes, you can be at the top of the mountain.
That's true.
And the other direction, in 20 minutes, you can be in White Sands.
Yeah.
You can watch missiles fly overhead.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. I mean, when I was there, it was like back in the late 80s or early 90s, and you could see the stealth fighters flying.
Yeah.
And I was like, you remember, did you go to that? Oh, yeah. Tim was there. He's a big Air Force fan. His daughter graduated from the Air Force Academy.
Oh, okay. My dad was in the Air Force.
Larry was in the Air Force.
Cool.
So how come your dad didn't want to serve in the military?
No, he did. He did 20 years.
That's a joke for Larry. That's a joke for Larry. So anyway, how long have you been a cigar smoker? Like, did he make you smoke cigars, or did you make him smoke cigars?
Actually, it was my friends that introduced it to me. That guy in the back.
Oh, so who was friends first with that dude?
I was friends with him first.
Oh, okay. And so how long have y'all been friends? Did y'all go to high school together?
No. We've
Oh.
been friends for about 10 years.
Okay, cool. And so, like, your husband's cool with you having other guy friends?
So, yeah, I introduced my husband to my group of friends, and now they're like really good friends. So,
Yeah, so I understand completely because, like, with my wife, I mean, Hatch here, I introduced her because, hey, I'm married and I have a friend that's a chick, and she's like, what'd you call me? And you know what my wife said? As long as you're not hanging out with black people, you're all right. That's a joke, Larry. That's a joke. Let me tell you something. Larry loves my wife, and my wife loves Larry. Am I lying? Nope. Okay. See, I changed the subject matter real quick. No, but my wife's cool. I mean, when you are just like always friends with people and having fun, and your wife is cool like you are.
Thank you.
You're like, I'm not going to be harping on you for who you have as friends.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they're getting you to do bad stuff.
Yeah, no.
And that's what people that I'm friends with, their wives say to them.
Oh, okay.
They're like, I don't know if I like you hanging out with Rob. Did Missy ever say that?
I do not like you hanging out with Rob.
See, told you. John's wife said, and I'm going to quote him, I don't like you hanging out with Rob.
Yeah, but they're getting divorced now, so.
I know, finally. They were married for 27 years, 28, 29.
Wow.
They almost hit 30 years, and finally she's like, I can't take it no more, I'm out. Now, so just so everybody knows, I invited 2 good friends here. One that I've spent almost countless meetings with every year, and one that I maybe have seen 5 times in the last 20 years. 19 years.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, a lot. Now, your wife has probably said that before too, huh? No? Speak up.
I wasn't listening.
Did your wife ever say, I don't like you hanging out with Rob?
He wasn't listening. He wouldn't listen to his wife.
Oh, God. All right. Well, I can respect that, Tim. See, that's where John let me down. So, no, but you just have a better life when you let people be who they are and quit trying to force people into this mold of who you think they should be.
I agree. You should not try to change somebody into somebody they're not.
Because they're never going to be happy being something they're not.
Exactly.
And they're never going to be successful to the person that they want, that they're trying to make happy by changing into the person that person wants.
Exactly.
So I'm like, just be you. And if it works, cool. And if it don't, move on
Right.
quickly.
Yeah.
Don't waste 29 years.
I agree.
Sorry, I'm just kidding. He's like, they're not wasted. We had kids. Yeah. So what is it about Las Cruces that you like? Like, I know every time I ask you about it, you're like, meh. I'm like, but there's got to be some good stuff there. You've been there for 20 years.
Yeah, my friends. The mountains. I like the mountains.
Friends is what keeps you at places.
Yeah, that's true. Honestly.
Like for the first 4 years, I hated it here. I wanted to get the hell out as quickly as possible.
Really?
Yeah, and then my wife and kids were like, oh, we love it here. And I'm like, could have picked a good place, you know? But then after I developed friendships with people, I don't want to leave. I'm good.
Every time we come out here, the people out here have always been great. Every time we go over to the Leaf, we've talked to several people and really cool people, honestly. Great conversations.
Very interesting, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Abilene is a great, especially if you're in the cigar community. Because if you're in the banking community, you're just a dick. No offense, Patch. Anyway, so are you a hunter, too?
He
I know he's a hunter. I always see what he's shooting.
Yeah. No, so he is a hunter, but he took me out and I don't know, I expressed an interest in it. And now we went dove hunting a few weeks ago. I've done it a couple of times. I've gone duck hunting a couple of times.
Wow.
And I
Did
actually
you
really
shoot
enjoy it.
any ducks?
I hit the tail end of one.
Oh, hey, that's more than I've done. I've never hunted duck.
I really enjoy it, actually.
Were you in a blind?
We were in a blind, yeah.
And were you in the water, or were you on the edge of the water, or were you in a field?
No, we were in the edge of the water.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people do it in just fields.
Yeah, I've seen that.
They like have all these fake corn stalks, and they sit in those right next to where corn is.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. We've always wondered what it would be like in a field, but we're usually at the edge of the water.
I'd rather be at the edge of the water. It's like, I don't really give a shit about shooting a duck. I'm not a big fan of duck.
It's all right.
Did y'all eat it?
Yeah.
And it's pretty dark.
It is. I probably enjoy the gamey meats more than he does, actually.
You ever had goat?
No, I've never had goat.
I've had goat. And you know what? Out of all the people that were there, I was the only one that liked it.
Oh, that's interesting.
I was like, yeah, it's dark, but it's not bad. And my wife wouldn't. She's like, oh, I don't like it. But
No, I'll try it.
they roasted it on a pit,
Right.
And the key is find the pieces that have char on it.
Okay.
Char makes everything better.
Yeah, like brisket.
Exactly. I want the crispy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that juicy in the middle, but on the outside, I want it burnt. You ever had burnt ends?
Yes.
Oh my God. Is that not amazing?
It really is.
Where'd you have them at? Do you remember? Did he make them?
Have you made them? Yeah.
Oh
okay.
my
I was like, I
God.
don't remember. I have a horrible memory.
Anything happens to my wife, anything happens to her, me and you hooking up, bro. Burnt
yeah.
ends.
You want him around.
Oh, yeah.
He's the good cook.
I mean, yeah, like, you know what? We're in the middle of making changes on Discord, which I highly recommend that you should make your own account and come on to, because we know you're in the background creeping around. We call you a creeper.
Oh, that's not nice.
No, I'm just saying. You ever heard that song, The Creep or Creep?
Yeah, I know that song.
Have you ever heard the chick Reinhardt sing it?
No.
Oh, she does it way better.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of Tool, but if you're going to listen to Tool, I heavily recommend the last album that they did.
Okay.
Enough of that. But yeah, I'm like, you know what? Without my wife, I got to find somebody that can cook.
Emmanuel.
I don't cook much. Like you saw what happened. I'm having a bunch of people over and we're cooking. And I'm like, hey, man, can you cook? He's like, sure, if that's what you want me to do. And I'm like,
You got the right guy for the job.
I know. It's like, as soon as he texted me, I was like, I wonder if he would cook.
Yeah. All you got to do is ask.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm coming out of my shell and I'm asking people to do things now.
Nice.
I've always been a control freak.
Okay.
And so it's good to step away because I knew if I was the one cooking, it probably wouldn't be as good, first of all. But second of all, I was still doing a bunch of shit to get everything ready.
Right.
And so if you give me that job, nothing's going to get ready.
You got to delegate sometimes.
And I'm learning to do that. So what's your favorite cigar? What's your very favorite cigar? Like if you could say, that's the cigar I want right now, what is it?
It's my father's Fonseca.
Oh, good
Connecticut,
stick. Good stick. And now, have you ever had the Vegas from, no, not that, the 5 Vegas. I'm talking about my father's Vegas line.
No.
I think if you like the Fonseca, you will really like that.
I'm a novice when it comes to cigars.
Well, I'm giving you a great tip, so just listen.
All right, I'm listening.
Hey, can you take care of her?
He does.
I'm just kidding. No, but no, it's a medium stick with a lot of great flavors, and I mean it's in that same Fonseca price range.
Okay,
great cigar. I really would like for you to smoke a Medallia. He says it's too strong for you. I think you know what? Smoke a quarter of it, and if you like it, keep going. If you don't, put it down, cut it off, and I'll smoke it.
I was like, I'll give it to him.
There you go. But to me, the Medallia has so much flavor. It's like a good bourbon. You know what I mean?
I like bourbon.
I know you do. I've seen you. I'm like, damn, I can't afford to have her around. And your husband delivers bourbon.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I am a quality analyst for a call center.
Wow. What does that mean? You listen to people?
So, when you call in and you hear the recording that says, for quality assurance purposes, this call may be recorded. Yeah, I'm the person that listens to those recordings.
Oh, I thought you were going to be the person that said that.
No. That would be interesting. I have a good phone voice.
You do. And I'm just like, you know what? We're going to get you to record a little segment, too, that says, hey, thanks for listening to Cigar Talk. And if you have any complaints, go f*** yourself. What do y'all think?
I can do that.
I know. Hey, people, about the F-bombs. I'm really, really, really sorry. Next week, I promise to do better. I promise this time. Promise. So how long have you been there?
5 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah. Good company.
Good company to work for?
Yeah.
Happy work life?
Yeah, I work from home.
Oh my God, yes. I would love to work from home. That would be amazing. I wouldn't get any work done, but I would love to work from home.
It's hard sometimes, especially when everybody is home, but I get it done.
So how many people do you have to listen to in an evening? Or in a day? I mean, I don't know what your schedule is, but how many people do you listen to in one day?
Probably on a good day, 13 to 15 calls.
So what you do is you wait till everybody gets home and you have everybody listen to their own 3. Then you knock out 12 and you're done.
My boss probably wouldn't like that.
Don't tell them. That's how I roll. Just kidding, my boss. No. So that's cool. So what's the next level for you? Are you good right there? That's where you're going to stay? Or is there room to move up? Or you're like, we're out here, we're moving to Texas?
At some point, hopefully take my boss's job when she retires.
And what does your boss do? listen to you?
No, she does more of the reporting aspect of it. So,
And who are you reporting to? There's like bean counters up above that's like, hey, how many times did they drop the F-bomb while they're talking to a customer?
hopefully nobody does that because we have to report that. But
I've done that once.
it's a government contract. So.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool. And is that through New Mexico or is that federally?
The company is international, but
Ooh.
yeah.
So you have opportunity even if you move to Texas.
Oh, yeah. I get to keep my job if we move to Texas.
Oh my God, dude. You have hit a home run right here, bro. You have hit a home run. You're like, hey, we're moving to Miami.
Yeah. I can move anywhere I want.
Next door to Orlando. The pedo. That's his new nickname, Orlando the pedo. Have you met Orlando?
No, I mean, I've heard of him on the Discord.
He's something. I'm surprised he's not homeless, but no, we love Orlando. How long? I don't know if I asked you. Maybe I didn't let you answer because I have a bad history of talking over people, and I apologize for that if I have. But how long have you been smoking cigars?
Just a few years. I tried a few when I was hanging out with my friends, and then just kind of little by little, I started with the flavored cigars, and now I've moved into Connecticut. So,
And how about sun-growns? Have you got to the sun-growns yet?
actually, I did try a Perdomo Habano. I think it was.
How'd you like that? Was that a little stout?
It was a little bit stronger. I do like the champagne, though. That's one of my favorite cigars.
You know what? I've never smoked that cigar.
I really enjoyed that one.
And I have had so many people tell me that is like their favorite Connecticut.
I enjoy that one. That one, I like to smoke that one during the summer.
Do you know what size that you normally prefer?
No.
No? Okay. Well, I mean, no. Hey, you know what? You have someone taking care of you.
I do.
On the cigar front, and so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, he really got into cigars once he started hanging out with our friends. He started looking more into it, and so now he knows more about cigars than
Most of them.
Honestly.
Yeah. I mean, he is a student
Yes.
of the craft.
Yes.
See, me, I'm just a smoker. I'm like, I don't need to know all that other stuff. Yeah. And so that's why I have people on the show that I interview, is because they can tell people that want to hear that stuff.
Right.
I don't care. I'm like, you know what? I either like this or I don't.
Yeah.
And that's my review is thumbs up, thumbs down.
That's it.
You go right back to work when y'all get back?
Yeah, I got to work on Monday.
And then how many days you have to work in a row?
5 days, Monday through Friday.
And then you're off on Saturday and Sunday? Yeah. I don't even get those days off. I get Sunday and Monday off.
That's not horrible. I used to have that schedule, Sunday, Monday off, Tuesday through Saturday. That's not horrible. If I was going to pick not weekend days off, Sunday, Monday would be the best.
I got you. So I didn't do it on the show, but you were in the studio whenever I was singing my new verse to Jimmy Crack Corn. What do you think that would be something I should pursue?
Maybe there's other hobbies that you should pursue instead.
Look at this is a customer rep person right here. She's like, I'm not going to say you're a dick, but you might be able to find something more productive. That's fair. Okay. Just thought I'd try it. So how long ago did you start drinking bourbon?
I don't know how many years, but that's kind of just happened along with, again, our group of friends. And we like to get together and enjoy.
I have to ask though, did you start cigars first or bourbon first?
Probably bourbon first.
Okay. That's what I thought, just from the way you were acting, like, the way I see you just kicking them back. Figured you're pretty good at that.
Yeah, we enjoy alcohol.
Any certain bourbons you prefer?
I like the Widow Jane.
I've never had that.
I really enjoy that one.
What's the proof on it? 90? Okay. That means it's probably really smooth.
Yeah, it is.
But it has good flavor.
Yes. That's
a good bourbon. That's like the 1792. It's not strong. It's smooth, but it's great. The other night, me and Larry were here in the studio. We were drinking the Elijah Craig Select Single Barrel Proof, and it was 129.8 proof. And after Larry had a double, he was like, I need to be drinking something else. He's afraid he wasn't going to be able to make it home. Some nights he doesn't. Yeah.
That's all right.
But when you have one that's basically 130 proof that drinks like it's 100, It's really good, and it's really easy to have too much.
Yes, you have to be careful of those ones that sneak up on you.
100%. Like, have you ever heard of Old Granddad 114?
No.
That's a bourbon from Old Granddad, of course, and it's 114 proof. And I let it get the best of me one night. We were doing a show, and we had a photographer from the newspaper here in town at the show taking pictures. And then I went outside, and then I never went back. And whenever they came out, they found me passed out in the mud. I was like, I appreciate you not taking any pictures of that.
Right. Please don't post that.
Yeah.
Please don't publish it.
You got to be careful with the higher proofs. And hopefully you have good friends that are like, hey, pour me another one. And that's Larry.
I think we all take care of each other.
Oh, yeah. That's what the community is about.
Yeah.
And you two are really good members of the community. But I would say this, y'all would be good members of any community.
Oh, thank you.
Because y'all are just easygoing, happy people. In fact, I didn't tell him this because I don't want him to know. But I was thinking about him and you, and I was like, man, y'all are like just good, happy people. It's inspiring.
Thank you.
I mean, to be as young as y'all are and like not be all sucked into all the bullshit.
No, well, we try to stay away from that.
You are very grounded people. I dig grounded people. There's a lot of people that are not grounded.
I agree with that.
And those people don't like to be around me.
That's all right.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
So anyway, well, thank you for taking the time and coming over on the show. And I'm starting to slur, so we better get to the last segment. So, well, thank you, and I hope you enjoy your time here.
Thank you. I will. I have.
Vero, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be right back after a quick break.
Somebody's gonna hurt someone.
Hey, welcome back to Cigar Talk. I appreciate you guys hanging through the show. By now, I'm going to be slurring my words a little bit.
Just a tad.
Yeah, I was like, I'm trying not to, but yeah, I'm not being very successful. But all that being said, it's time for the Tabanero quiz.
Okay, are you ready?
Or is it trivia or quiz?
It's a trivia.
Okay, trivia.
This is in honor of you. You are a music connoisseur.
You know how much I love music.
You love some music.
I'm much more of a music person than I am a TV or movie person.
Okay.
Now, where are you fall in that spectrum? I think you're a movie person.
Ooh, I'm a big movie person.
I know.
Yes, I am. But I have a music trivia question this week. Okay.
So let's tell everybody how to play the game so they have an opportunity to win the Tabanero $50.
Okay, so you're going to go to Instagram and you're going to follow them.
And then you go through their post and you'll see a post that says Cigar Talk Trivia.
Yes.
And then that's where you put your answer.
Yes, you're going to put your answer and then you're going to tag 2 friends.
Cigar friends.
Absolutely.
Lay us on the question. Hold on. Let's do sound effect. Here we go. Here's for the trivia.
What band was the first to go platinum?
You know what? I had no idea until you told me. I really had no idea. I'm not going to give away hints.
No, we're not going to do hints.
But let me just tell you this. Were you surprised?
A little bit, yeah, I really was.
Like that it took that long to go platinum?
Seriously, I was.
And I'm like, because, at one time, people didn't even have TVs. They had record players. So you would have thought the first person to go platinum would have been back when people didn't have TV. That's what I'm saying.
So this is specifically a band.
Oh, did you ask already?
Yeah. Yes, how drunk are you? My gosh.
Would you ask the question one more time so I can follow along?
Okay, the question is, what band was the first to go platinum?
I'm going to tell you right now, folks, it's not Pink Floyd.
No,
because that's who I would have went with.
No, it is not.
Who would you say is your favorite all-time 2 bands?
Ooh, 2?
Or musicians or some, you know what I mean. It doesn't have to be a band.
That's hard.
It's not hard.
I have a number 1. Number
Really?
Yeah, I have a number 1.
Who's number 1?
Mumford and Sons.
Are you shitting me?
I am definitely shitting you.
Mumford and Sons? I don't even
Yes.
know what they sing.
Of course you don't.
I've heard a song and be like, oh, I like that. And they're like, oh, that's Mumford and Sons. And I'm like, what the is a name Mumford?
It's a
Mumford.
It's a man named Marcus Mumford, and he has some bandmates that he calls the Sons.
Mumford.
That's right.
That's made up. That is like Kermit the Frog.
So,
that's a Muppet.
True story. There's a guy, I think you've met him, I'm not positive.
Does he like bourbon?
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think so. But anyways, he said, hey, I know these 2 people, and we work together, and they have a son, and he's got this band, and they're going to try to go and make it. And sure enough, it was Mumford and Sons, and it was back in the early, I don't know.
Now, who are you talking about that knows me? Because none of those people know me. I already know that.
Yes.
These people are fucking famous.
Your son dated their daughter for a while, so yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
That one, yeah.
Like your person.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
They
were...
are related to the Mumfords.
They're not related. Are you even listening? My gosh.
All right, people, you know how to win.
But anyways,
Send me a bottle.
yeah, so they were like, they're going to try to...
All that posting shit. You send me a bottle, you got $50. I'm joking.
Oh, my gosh. So anyways, they're like, they're
Doesn't hurt to try.
gosh.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, but they're like, they're going to try to go make it. And then they played at the Glastonbury Festival over in the UK, and they blew up back in like 2010 or so, something like that.
I thought they were way older than that, like way
No,
further back,
no.
like around like 98.
Oh, Lord, no. No,
Okay.
no.
I mean,
So,
I'm going to tell you right now, I pretty much quit listening to music when Nirvana screwed everything up.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Like 93 or whatever.
89, 90.
They were definitely not in the 89s.
Well, but the best of the rock and roll was in 89 into
Okay.
90. And then Kurt Cobain single-handedly
Very
ruined rock and
specific
roll.
time period.
Guns N' Roses, ring a bell? Huh? Guns N' Roses, ring a bell? Because that was the last good rock and roll.
Okay.
You got something to say otherwise that refutes that?
Not at the top of my head. My gosh, no.
Because there's not any. Like, we went into grunge.
I don't know that I'm going to go with Guns N' Roses was like the pinnacle of rock and roll.
No, it was the end.
The end.
Right. I mean, they were the best at that time.
Okay. Well, I'm going to think about that.
You're leaving out Alice in Chains.
That's a grunge band. Grunge band.
You're not a grunge person.
Johnny Halfsack says, what about Alice in Chains? Yeah, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, STP, all that shit. I'm not saying I didn't like any of it, but it forever changed rock and roll as we knew it.
Okay, I'll go
Guns
with that.
N' Roses was the last rock and roll band of what we knew to be rock and roll.
That might be correct. I'm not
no,
going to...
not might.
I'm not coming up with anything off the top of my head. My gosh.
I'm telling you, that's it. You know what? Next week's trivia, I'm going to do.
But yes, you're correct. Grunge came in and everything changed. I will give you that.
So anyway, all that to say, if you know who was the first band to go platinum, and Casey came up with this, and I love it, but if I came up with it, I would need to know what's the name of the band, what's the name of the album, and what year.
I'll say this. If you can name the album specifically,
That gets you ahead of everybody else.
Absolutely.
Now, so here's my other question. What does it even mean to go platinum?
Lord, if I know.
Okay.
Google
well, then
that
I think
shit.
that's
My gosh.
You know what? You're going to have to step up
I
your
come
game.
on this podcast and you're like, did you do your book report for the week? Shit.
Hey, and she's like, what'd you do? I'm like, I'm drinking.
My job was the McAuliffe Minute, and you're like, well, give me the fucking history of it.
All right. Thank you for all your help. 500,000
Units.
Like, I
sold.
can't even believe that shocks me that the Beatles. Okay, I'm not.
So, okay,
all right, it's not the
did you
Beatles
know-
either, folks.
Did you know that Michael Jackson's Thriller has gone platinum 33 times? 33.
That's like 350 million, billion, trillion, gazillion.
Yes.
Yeah,
That math works out. Yes.
something. All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to wrap up this week's show. I hope you enjoyed it. I loved having the guests in the studio and on the show.
Yes.
And so did it make it more fun for you?
Absolutely, yeah. Get on some listeners, tell their story. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I would much rather check. All right,
I'm cutting you off.
That's that slurring again. I'd much rather have listeners and cigar smokers of the community on the show than some stuffy cigar line owner.
We're going to hold you to that.
I'm done. I don't like most of them anyway. All right, guys, y'all have a great weekend. Until next time.
Just keep smoking.
Yourself, my man, you'll never be what is in your heart. Weep, little lion man, you're not as brave as you were at the start. Rate yourself and rake yourself, take all the courage you have left and waste it on fixing all the problems that you made in your own head. But it was not your fault but mine, and it was your heart on the line. I really fucked it up this time, didn't I, my dear? Didn't I, my